We've had a number of our clients here at Perimeter concerned about the DORA Act, or the Digital Operational Resiliency Act, which was passed about a year ago by the EU, but is starting to be enforced starting this year. And we've had numerous questions. But the good thing is we're prepared for it. Those of you who support us or follow us, you'll know that we had a blog on this written over a year and a half ago, and we followed it very carefully. So our customers are prepared for DORA, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the ins and outs of the requirements of that particular regulatory structure. First of all, let's discuss who this EU regulation covers. And basically the way to think about it is it's all financial institutions. So it's banks, it's payment processors, it's investment companies, it's insurers, it's anyone who touches funds. Now, the larger issues that we've seen is it isn't entirely black and white. And with these types of regulations, there's a ripple effect. So frankly, at the end of the day, all organizations should be aware of this and should be prepared to have these structures in place, if not now, soon. In summary, DORA is about more than just security posture. It's really about operational resilience. So let's talk kind of in bullet point form of what firms really need to do to be prepared and be in compliance. 1, you need to map ICT dependencies and concentration risks. 2, you need to conduct comprehensive due diligence on all of your suppliers, and we'll talk a little bit more about that component later. 3, you need to maintain dynamic risk registers. 4, exit strategies need to be embedded in all contracts. And 5, your organization needs to be audit-ready at any moment. That's not necessarily precisely everything, but that's really the heart of it. At Perimeter, we've been prepared to address all of these things for the last year and a half. What's driving the questions now is that 2026 is when enforcement really begins. And that urgency has been compounded by the passing of the Digital Omnibus Package. Regulators across the EU are standardizing oversight, and they're considering tech suppliers critical in that exercise. It's really a wake-up call for any U.S. suppliers that are doing business in the EU. And the reality is, if you're relying on checkbox compliance, if you're using static spreadsheets, or you're doing nothing more than assessing your vendors once a year, you are not going to be in compliance. And there are penalties associated with those violations. Perimeter is prepared. Perimeter was built from the ground up to handle just this kind of regulation. We help customers visualize vendor relationships and map dependencies within the platform. We maintain real-time visibility and role-based registers. We operationalize DORA requirements in a way that's actually intuitive for your organization. Chapter 5, Section 1 of the DORA regulations outlines what's required for third-party risk assessment. Continuous monitoring is a critical component of that. If you're not at this point doing continuous monitoring, you're not going to be in compliance. In short, DORA is redefining oversight of third-party risk. Organizations will need to respond with clarity and with speed. Audit trails and resiliency plans need to be thought out and mapped out. You'll need the right platform that can manage this complexity and manage it in a way that's easy for your security team. Perimeter is that platform.